Apex Court. Shifting our focus to another important story that we are tracking very closely is the tensions that are brewing in the Middle East and the conflicting regional war, which in fact is at the center stage of now tensions brewing for the civilians who are displaced during the war. An Israeli airstrike on the Syrian border had cut off the main international road linking the two countries. Due to this, the roads which were used by the people to flee to Lebanon from Lebanon to Syria are now closed. Meanwhile, more than 3 lakh people, a vast majority of them Syrian, had crossed from Lebanon into Syria over the last 10 days to escape the escalating Israeli bombardment. And at this point of time, in fact, the Israeli strike, which had in fact earlier as well had vowed to retaliate against the Iran's ballistic missile attacks, have now cut off the contact due to the attack on the major roads. Joining me to share more details is my colleague Brian. Brian, as of now, the strike closes off the road which was used for the civilians to flee to Lebanon. You know, how this is in fact going to be even a greater cause of worry for those civilians, for those residents who had no option but to flee the conflict region.
Well, definitely, like you even said, that this is a situation that is happening where at least, there have been a lot of displacement also that have been happening, where a lot of people are also getting displaced. And even now, as even Lebanon's Transport Minister Ali Hami also said that an Israeli airstrike that happened on Friday morning near the Masna border that crossed with Syria severed a road that was used by thousands and hundreds of people fleeing from Israeli bombardment in recent days. Now the strike, which hit inside the Lebanese territory close to the border, left even a 12 feet wide crater also, according to Hami, and even a military spokesperson for IDF has also accused Hezbollah, which is the Lebanese armed group, of using the crossing to smuggle military equipment into Lebanon, and says that the IDF will not allow the smuggling of these weapons and will not hesitate to act if necessary, as it has done throughout the war. And even there was a press conference that happened on Thursday also, where Hami stressed that the crossing was under the authority of the Lebanese state, and even the Lebanese government figures also show that more than 300,000 people, most of which are Syrians also, have crossed from Lebanon into Syria over the past 10 days to escape the intensifying Israeli bombardments as well, Simran.
All right, Brian, thank you for sharing the details that you are picking up from the ground, as far as there is the increased fear of tensions in the minds of the civilian, as in fact now bombardments from Israeli strike cuts off the connection of the international road. Now moving on to other important developments. According to the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, around